Alright, people. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is part 2 of Chicken Police Painted Red on the Nintendo Switch. Still playing for a review. Haven't played since yesterday. Let's get back into it. I kinda spoiled myself a little bit by checking out how many chapters the game has, and it has 3. I'm not done with chapter 1 though, so I don't know, might be a third of the way through or thereabouts. We'll see. Well, I don't know the combination to the safe, but I know where to find it though. So let's get into it. Okay, how do I, oh yeah, with the map. I'm stupid.
Honor, strength, and unity.
Pigs, ruffians, and vigilantes.
Okay, this is not what I'm looking for. This is the thing I was looking for. United in everlasting peace.
Did you ever notice how much bigger the lion and the fox are than the other
Yeah,
animals?
that's racist,
maybe all animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others.
Huh. So that's why our king's a fox and not a sheep or a bird, right?
It's maybe a little late, but you're starting to get it, Detective.
There are so many analogies that you could make with that statement. We're all equal, but some are more equal than others. I love it. It's so well put. Okay, in the top left corner we have a stork. We have a sheep in the top right corner. What looks like a lion in the bottom left corner, and but I guess a fox in the bottom right corner. Okay, that's the combination to the safe. Now if I want to go back. Okay, so a stork, sheep. No, that's a tiger. But I thought it would look, yeah, I thought it would look more like a lion. Ah, here we go.
Hello there. What could this be? Maybe a piece of a painting.
And there's some kind of squiggle on it. The signature of the painter? Yeah, I can't make it out. It's a piece of a painting. Judging by how well it was hidden, I'm sure this is what Natasha wanted to show us.
But the rest was probably stolen.
It's a...
Okay, so what now? What? It's empty now, but what if I try to check it again? Well, never mind. Can't I talk to my partner? Or should I exit? No, never mind.
It's a piece...
Yeah, but I can't inspect it any closer than that. Is there anything else I have not checked out yet? Well, there's nothing more I can do about it. A painter. Or should I go back to see Natasha? But I don't seem to have her phone number or anything, so I can't really call her. Hector III, the Fox King. Council of 12. Meet substitutes. I don't know if it's my own settings, but sometimes the bright parts of the image make the finer details of the black stuff harder to read. Clawville PD. Looks like I can't go anywhere else. I know, never mind. I can go to Hot Dog. Didn't seem to let me go there before, but it's... I'm at a loss.
Poor girl.
Yeah, something like that.
What?
Poor girl. How old was she? 20? 25?
Yeah, something like that.
What are we gonna do about her?
Nothing. We can call the police. Anonymously,
I just did.
Of course.
I mean, I already did.
Poor thing.
It's... What do you want me to do?
Molly.
This must be Natasha's
Yeah, I haven't
family.
seen anything about this yet, I
Wealthy.
think.
Do you think she's from the Stavonian Tsar's family?
Oh, nobody could have survived that massacre. But I'm sure this family was also close to the fire.
What is she doing here anyway? What, an alias? Keeping secrets, and now this case? Do you think it's all connected somehow?
Let's not draw hasty conclusions, Marty. Look at those clothes. Could it be a military family?
Maybe. Or Stavonian fashion.
Your intuition always astounds me, Marty. What would I do without you?
And there you go.
Stop staring at it. You're freaking me out.
Okay, I just like shoes.
Furry hell, Marty. I don't want to know.
Furry hell. Ah, that's a new one. Why is it that from there, the only place I can go is the Clawville PD? Is it that you can only reach certain places from certain starting points? Well, no, I seem to be able to reach both just fine when I'm here. That's a bit weird. There are known issues with the game. I haven't quite looked through the notes from the developer yet. But this might be one of these issues.
This quiet. You know, I understand why Zip escaped here when he got out of his shady dealings.
It's not possible to get all the way out, Marty.
What? So, you also stay a cop even after retirement?
Every cop stays a cop. It burns itself into you.
That's good to know. So am I gonna stay a cop forever?
Sorry, Marty.
Well, that's that.
Ah, okay.
Anything interesting in there?
Yeah, I think there is.
New item?
So a piece of a painting? That's it? And what's that smear
I
on it?
wanted to look at the...
It's too illegible to be a
item.
signature. It could be anything.
Well, maybe Natasha can help us. After all, this is what she wanted to show us, isn't it?
Well, that's if we find her. She should be here by now.
True. Well, then what's next? How about we peck around town some more?
We could do
Peck
that,
around
but
town.
I think we should gather what we know and try to figure out where we can go from here. Bourbon in my office?
You know what? After all this, I could use a drink.
Right answer.
He could always use a drink. He's a drunk. Sonny, I mean.
SN. Could be the initials of a person, a place, a company, or a club. Too many possibilities. But we must find out where it's from.
SN. Wait. Deborah Ibanez, Natasha Kitsenko. Looking for initials that might match. No. Any of these topics? No. Human is a mythical creature appearing in many stories and legends. Usually it appears as a wise creature, a keeper of secrets, but it also has a dual nature because chaos and destruction follow in its wake. According to most, the essence of its symbolism... hi, RNG! The essence of its symbolism lies in the fact that certain secrets require a substantial price to be paid. By uncovering these secrets, we bring a curse upon ourselves. Some believe humans are the messengers of Ngvatiti, the god of nothingness, and usually depict them as angels with wings. Yeah, right. Okay. No, this is actually the same thing I already read yesterday, I think, at some point. Oh, wait, crap, there were other destinations.
We had no choice but to continue the investigation where it started. In that shady little apartment I called home. The only lead was the list Fillmore gave us, with all those imposing names on it. But what could it mean? And why did Natasha...
Is there
keep
an
it secret
SN on
from
it?
us? But most importantly, what did all this have to do with Deborah's death? The trail started to get cold, and so did the air outside. There was something unsettling in the black clouds, hiding all the stars. I prayed that they didn't bring an early snowfall. The night was already painful enough.
What's that, the blood moon?
So, what are we doing here?
Trying to calm down. I'll have a shot.
Sure you will.
And we're trying to put the pieces together, of course. Figure out what's next.
And what is next, Boss Bird?
Let's take a look at what we've learned so far.
Yeah, let's do that.
So, how did this whole case start?
It started with Deborah. Wait, what, here? Oh, yeah. With Deborah? And, oh, she gave me that letter, didn't she? No? Strange threats? Yeah, this is how it started. Yes, that's going to be right. How do you grab connect? How does that work? I'm new to this. Ah, okay. Natasha and the threats, but what's the connection? They were clearly addressed to her. They make her suspicious. She is the source of them. They clearly weren't for her. They were clearly addressed to her.
The threats are meant for Natasha, no doubt about that.
The list? No, not sure.
But there was something
okay.
Natasha didn't speak about.
She kept it secret.
Natasha is terrified, and she's in real danger. But she kept this list hidden from us. It seems too important to keep it a secret.
Could it be something related to him? Could be important, but not now, it says. Almost, but not quite. Lewis? Yes, that's going to be right, it says.
But what could we do with this list?
He may know something about it. He has something to do with it. It makes him suspicious. He used it as a diversion. He may know something about it.
I know only one person who moves in circles high enough to know where it's from. Lewis. We must ask him if we want to get out of this dead end.
Case closed. Not quite yet.
So, the card is, maybe a dead end. The piece of painting, too.
But the list Filmar gave us...
Exactly. Full of those imposing names. And I only know one person who moves in similar
We need to know what they might all have in common.
Yes, Marty. It's Lewis. Exactly.
Of course, it's Lewis. But where do we find the Bunny Man?
Well, since he owns this building, I'm hoping he's here. It's worth a
What's
call.
his number again?
You know his number?
By heart. 555-932. I wrote it down in my notebook as well.
Oh, you are a professional, Boss Bird.
The phone.
Hey, Lewis, sorry to disturb you again. Could you come over to my place? I have a question for you. It's very important. It's about a case.
A real case? With the chicken police? Of course, Sonny. I'll be over in a few minutes.
Thanks, pal. I owe you one.
Why? Just another second.
Ah, there he is.
Good old rabbit. I can always rely
Well,
on
let's
him.
hope so.
Thanks, Lewis.
Let's
Again.
hope he's not involved.
Oh, don't mention it. Besides, it was my big dream to help you with a serious case.
Well, let's hope you can help. What can you tell me about this list, old pal?
Well,
Well, these names... I know half of them personally. Maybe even more.
I knew it.
But I have no idea what kind of list this is.
here we go.
But these are all members of the upper
That we already do.
class. Politicians, business people. Oh my. Even the commander of the Royal Guard.
Damn.
But I really don't know what it means.
So, is it a dead end?
I'm afraid so.
Ask. Can ask questions. Deborah and Banis.
Deborah, the girl who came to me tonight.
Yes, she's a very lovely
Yeah,
young
you
lady.
took her home.
Where did
Yeah.
you take her
I
after you
was
two
wondering
left?
about that.
Where she asked me to Flowerville.
Flowerville. Rochester Street 37?
Yes, exactly. Why?
Luck.
Did something happen?
Nothing good, Lewis. Nothing good.
This?
This?
Oh my
You know
goodness.
something about it.
I think we have a bingo, gentlemen.
You see, I also have one of these.
A card? Like this? Really?
Yes. It's a membership card to a very exclusive
SAR club. How many clubs do
How
you go
exclusive?
to?
Very.
That's what I'm talking about.
What does SN mean, Lewis?
It's the sweltering Nile.
But that's a...
Well, yes, it's a brothel.
Ah.
But it's not like that. It's something completely different.
Calm down, Lewis. We're not going to tell anybody.
Yeah.
Thank you
What do we care?
so much. It is rather embarrassing.
Listen, Lewis. How do we get in?
You want to get in? Well, if you show them this card, they'll surely let you in, but it will be obvious you're not regulars there.
We're used to that.
So, are we going to a luxury brothel?
Calm down, Marty.
Correct, Marty. Thanks for the help, Lewis. I owe you one. For the third time today, I think.
I don't know what you said to him, but after you finished, he almost immediately van disappeared.
Really?
Van
That's
disappeared.
suspicious.
Or he had business elsewhere. It's New Year's Eve. Everybody's going somewhere.
I didn't see her after the show. If I'm not mistaken, she usually leaves when everyone else has already left.
What else do you know about her, Lewis?
Oh, not much. What everybody knows, she was a dancer, then a backing singer, then star, and then club owner.
We found out as much already. Do you think she'd fled the Stavonian massacre? That's why the secrecy?
Do you mean the massacre of the royal family? I'd say her accent is a dead giveaway, and her name too, though it's undoubtedly an alias.
So it's possible that she is a part of the royal family.
I don't think so. Nobody could have survived that awful night.
You're probably right. What should we know about the place, Lewis? Besides what they're dealing in there.
No, it's an elegant and exclusive place. Not everybody visits them for that, you know. Some animals just go for company.
I see. I guess it's mostly visited by the upper class.
The list could be a list of members.
Mostly, yes. The wealthy who have a taste.
Yes, of course.
Is it true what they say, that it's some kind of hidden stronghold of the royalists?
The Nile is a proud herald of the coexistence of all the species. Yes, but stronghold? I don't think so.
But the place must be an eyesore for the separatists, right?
Oh, don't worry for the girls, Sonny. They can defend themselves quite well. The separatists wouldn't dare to go near the place.
Well, we'll see what they have to say about these two old cocks.
That was a little bit, equivocal.
May I ask what you have gotten yourself into? This looks serious.
It's complicated, Lewis. But nothing good. I can tell you that much.
Ah, Is there anything else that I can help you with?
Maybe there's something.
What was it about the questions I already asked that he said that? The card we found on Deborah is a membership card of a luxury brothel, the Sweltering Nile. Mm-hmm. Mullins Newsstand. I haven't been there yet.
What? Why are you staring at me?
I don't know. I'm still not used to us working together again.
Really? I didn't get used to it for 10 years, if that helps.
Only 9, Marty. Only 9. Look, I'm sorry I dragged you into this, Marty.
Ah, don't be. I would have been bored to death, still be on that shooting range.
And Laura, what about her?
She's used to it. Every New Year's the same. You know, since that special one.
Don't say it.
A bloody New Year's. Yeah. So Laura's probably at home, waiting for me on the couch, staring into a candle and killing a bottle of wine. Or 2.
You can get out of this any time. You know that, don't you?
If you start something, finish it, right? Let's just make it through alive, okay? Or Laura will bite off my head. Literally.
I'm on it, partner.
Alright.
It would be best to board it up.
I was
It'll go well
looking
with this
for the
rundown
exhibition.
neighborhood.
It may be run down, but somehow I still feel like it's honest.
Sure. You could live in Cockroach Town. That's an honest place, too. Has a similar stink.
Believe me, Marty, I thought about it.
Why am I not surprised?
Oh, I can't go to that newspaper stand or something. Ah. Yep. I'm stuck. I have to go there. Chapter 2. Ah, well, there we go. The killing.
To Marty's delight, we were heading toward the most exclusive brothel in Clawville. The separatists and those opposing the monarchy hated the place, just like they hated everything that supported interracial relations and peaceful coexistence of all species. So the place wasn't just a brothel, it was a symbol. But just like a brothel is not a worthy symbol, Clawville failed to turn out the way it was intended.
Well, here we are. The kingdom of long legs, silky skin, and fluttering lashes. We've arrived.
Calm down, Marty. Watch your
Yeah, I was
blood
gonna say
pressure.
that earlier. Oh boy. Bird fella.
Yeesh. That guy's stare gives me the creeps.
I can see why.
I've always told myself that birds are
You
weird.
are a bird.
What did you just say?
Huh? What? Me? Nothing. She's what I call an exotic
lemur?
beauty.
Well, that's one way to put it.
Hey, every animal's the most beautiful thing in the world to someone.
Yeah, you're right.
Oof, I don't know about you, but I go weak in the knees for stripes.
Please, Marty, I don't want to know. And I don't care. Keep it to yourself. And let's get out of here quickly.
Can't I even talk to you anymore?
You can. Ask about the weather, or how's my lower back. Those two are even connected if you want to know.
Yeah, old fart.
Okay.
That woman, she's familiar.
Do you think it's her? The broad from the Bloody New
But
Year's?
oh.
God damn it, Marty, do you have to say it out loud? It gives me goosebumps.
Chicken bumps more like.
Anyway, I don't know if it's really her. I always get confused by the exotic ones, but yeah, maybe.
What? You mean they're all look
Honestly,
the same to you?
It gives me the creeps.
Yeah, me too.
Well, hey, panda. Okay.
Holy fur. You swallowed so hard, the whole place shook.
Are you kidding me? I've never seen anything like this before. Is this even legal?
Why wouldn't it be?
I don't know.
Vice.
You really must be joking. Vice in Clawville?
Okay, I was pulling your leg. But still, it's a little hot in here.
Well, cool down, Marty. Don't even look over there. Remember Laura, your wonderful girlfriend, whom you love more than anything.
You don't need to tell me. All I'm thinking about is her.
With a hatchet in her hand.
More like my nuggets.
That's...
Foxy lady, huh? Well, yeah, I saw this one
Excuse me,
coming.
gentlemen. Would you be so kind as to help me?
With pleasure, ma'am.
The zipper always comes down on my dress. Would you kindly zip it back up?
Can I, Sonny?
What am I, your mother? Do what you want, for God's sake.
Happy to help, ma'am.
Oh, what a gallant young man.
Clucking lords.
Ah, okay, and you actually have to do it. I mean, you have to be gentle, right? Ah, gently, crap. What? What, you're telling me I
If you'd
missed?
really...
I will be, ma'am.
Okay, What? What am I doing wrong?
Oh, I'm
It's not
sorry.
that complicated.
Can I try?
If you'd really...
I will be, ma'am.
But I'm trying to go slowly.
Oh,
If you'd really...
I will be, ma'am.
Well, there we go.
Oh,
was too slow.
Thank you, honey.
Marty, ma'am. Marty McChicken.
Thank you, darling Marty. I'm much obliged.
Anytime, ma'am. Anytime.
Receptionist.
My name is Day-Night Diamond. Welcome to the sweltering Nile, gentlemen.
Miss Diamond, I'm Sonny, and this is my partner, Marty.
If I may, miss, you have a beautiful name and exceptionally wonderful stripes.
Marty, not now.
Oh, thank you very much.
Please excuse him. He doesn't visit places like this very often. Me neither, to be honest.
Oh, nothing to worry about, gentlemen. There's a first time for everyone.
You're absolutely right.
We're just interested in a certain lady called Deborah.
Deborah. We don't have any employees by that name right now, but if you want, any of our girls would love to be Deborah for a night.
No. Excuse me, you misunderstand. She doesn't work here.
I'm afraid I don't follow.
It's kind of confusing, but let me try to explain.
Please, I'm at your service. I'll gladly answer any of your questions.
You hear that, Sonny? Any questions?
Shut up, Marty.
New personal info. What about Miss Diamond? New function, ask. Ah, yeah, she was added to the list. Special feature, beautiful, common, professional, and probably a courtesan. Pretty zebra receptionist behind the desk at the Nile. What?
I think she must be the receptionist.
Bravo, Mr. Detective.
Why'd you have to be like that all the time?
Well, sometimes I seriously can't decide if you've become totally stupid over the years, or it just entertains you to act that way.
Well, you know, that's a good question.
That's exactly what I mean.
I wouldn't want to offend you, far from it, but it's evident you're from the police, even without this.
Is it that obvious?
No, it isn't, but, you know, here in the Nile, we have a keen eye for this kind of thing.
For all you know,
I
there might be
understand,
already
ma'am.
a few people from the police who are regulars of the place.
Do you know a gentleman named Louis C. Hayworth?
Of course I do. Mr. Hayworth is a regular guest at our establishment.
I see. How regular, if I may ask?
I can't give you any information about that. House policy.
We have that too. It's called the law, ma'am.
If you have any questions of that nature, please come back with a warrant.
Touche.
As a cop, you needed to be told that.
Does this list mean anything to you?
This? I'm not sure. No, nothing.
Don't you see some familiar names on there?
I do, but everybody knows those animals. Personally, I have no contact with any of them.
I see. Oh, thank you.
She's not gonna be very helpful, you can tell.
Look, she gave this to us. The girl named Deborah, the one we asked you about.
I see.
Do you know what this is?
Of course. It's a
But
membership
you already knew
card.
this.
Was this person a regular here?
If this belonged to her, then yes. I can check for you. Please, the ladies will entertain you while you wait.
There
I'll
was
be
something
right
else I
back.
could ask
Oh,
about.
thank you. Much obliged.
Ah, well, there we go. She's gone.
Beauty is relative.
May I invite you gentlemen for a drink?
Later.
No, thank you. We're in a hurry.
Oh.
Is he a bouncer or a guest? I'd rather not.
Oh, I didn't see the dog dame.
These broads are elegant. Just like Laszlo said.
Louis.
What do you think could be the old rabbit's type? Fluffy tails? Furry ears? A raspy tongue?
Oh, for the love of all the gods, stop it.
But just think about it.
Please shut up, Marty.
We have a door over there.
I apologize for the wait. Please, come with me, gentlemen.
So you were successful.
My mistress, Madame Zavas, would like to meet you.
You mean that, Madame Savas?
Save
As far as I
us.
know, there's only one of her, so yes,
Please, miss, take us to her.
with pleasure.
Madame Zavas was a legend in Clawville. Her name was known all over the wilderness. She's an avid royalist, former member of the Council of 12, spy master, assassin, businesswoman, and courtesan. To be honest, I didn't even know she was still alive. She's no spring chicken, that's for sure. She could also be my mother, or maybe my grandmother. First Ibn Wessler, now her. Honestly, tonight, it wouldn't surprise me if His Majesty Hector III didn't grace me with his presence.
Oh, she's pretty scary. Oh boy.
So she is the legendary Madame Zavas. Interesting pieces.
Do you think so? It's the art of my people.
I wouldn't want to cross her.
There are many kinds of crocodile in the wilderness, Mr. Featherland. This is the art of the Nilenites.
Ah, hence the name, the sweltering Nile.
It's a river, Mr. Featherland. My ancestors lived by this river a long time ago.
Ah, interesting.
Thank you.
Is that the time already?
Have you noticed your clock's not working?
How observant you are. That clock isn't meant to show the time. It's a decoration. A memento.
It's beautiful.
Indeed.
The hands remind me of a clock that we used to have here at home, actually. A really old one. 49 years of the reptile, one key to the animal mind, Dr. Cesus Quetzalcoatl. The red pig. Illustrated, this one.
There are books here on quite a variety of topics.
The Death of the Horse. Miranda H. Marble.
There are books
Okay,
here.
yeah, he's gonna say the same thing for all of them. Owls Don't Blink. Slime and Punishment. 7 Pieces of My Mind. Alright, let's back out.
What a painting. Congratulations, ma'am.
Marty.
Yes. It's beautiful indeed. It's more than 40 years old. You know, I was considered pretty then.
Oh, don't say that. You still look great, ma'am.
Thank you. It feels good, but no. There's no need for lies. Those days are long gone. Every age has its truth and its beauty. For me, beauty is not in the looks anymore.
I agree, ma'am.
Well, now wait,
So-
talk.
Let me introduce myself properly, ma'am.
Mr. Zadino, I know who you are. And I also know your partner. The legend of the Chicken Police is always one step ahead of the Chicken Police.
Thank you. That's flattering.
May I ask what you are looking for exactly? Here on this night?
You know, that's an interesting question. The card we've shown your lovely colleague.
Belongs to an old friend of ours, whom we haven't seen for
Care
a
to
long
tell us who it
time
belongs
here.
to?
And the name?
Unfortunately, no, Mr. Valentino. That's confidential information. In my line of work, discretion is everything.
Well, you know, in our line of work, the law is
Come
above
back with a
everything.
warrant.
Oh, do you think so? I could tell you what your colleagues think is also above everything, but as I said, discretion.
Look, ma'am, we don't want to impose. We're conducting a private investigation, which started off as harmless, but now it's murder.
That sounds serious.
It is serious. That's why we'd be grateful for your help.
In that case, I'm at your service. Ask your questions, and I'm going to answer to the best of my knowledge. As long as you're not wading through muddy waters.
Fortunately, I swim very well for a chicken.
I swim well, too.
Strange card.
As I was saying, it belongs to us. Only our most valuable guests have one of these. And our employees, of course.
The employees, too. Good to know. Can you tell me if this card belonged to a guest or an employee?
No.
I thought so. Yes, thank you. Lewis Hayworth is a good friend of mine. It surprises me that he's a regular here.
You wouldn't believe our clientele. You would be shocked.
No doubt. Lewis, does he come here often?
Not so often.
Thank you for the vague answer, ma'am.
The mystery is thrilling. The thrill is life itself.
That was beautiful, ma'am.
Tell me, have you ever seen this list?
I have.
Am I right to assume it has something to do with the sweltering Nile?
It does, yes. But I can't tell you more about it. No.
Discretion is key.
Absolutely.
Do you know Natasha Katsenko personally?
Yes, I do.
Tell me about her.
Warm-hearted, protective, quick-tempered, fierce. Yes, fierce.
Thank you. Very useful.
This place isn't just our home with the girls. It's a sanctuary.
Really? How?
It symbolizes why the city was founded almost 1,000 years ago. Unity, love, freedom.
Interbreeding,
That too, yes. Do you have a problem with that?
Oh, don't get me wrong. I don't. My girlfriend's a predator.
Really? I'm glad to hear it.
I can interrogate now.
Deceit is everything to Zavas. She used to be a spy, so I'm gonna take her every word with a grain of salt.
Who is behind the legend, Miss Zavas? Who are you, really?
Who's behind the legend, Miss Zavas? Who are you, really?
Just an animal raised to survive, Mr. Featherland. And because I've been taught, I know how to survive. I always was what I had to be.
And you managed to dodge my question. Clever.
Well, you see, this is one of the typical elements of
Well,
survival. The way of dodging a delicate question.
She
and
is
still
quite
making the
imposing,
questioner
isn't she?
believe he got the answer.
She has
But
quite a
you're too
presence.
cunning and experienced, aren't you? You're not an easy one to fool.
I'm trying to maintain appearances, ma'am.
You should. Appearances, most of the time, are stronger and more dangerous than the truth.
Deceit is everything to Zavas. She used to be a spy, so I'm going to take her every word with a grain of salt.
Tell me, were you really the king's spy?
If that's such an open secret, then I haven't been doing my job very well,
Yeah.
isn't that right?
I thought the same thing to
Yes,
myself.
I was a spy. But that's such a blunt way of putting it. I always say I used to undertake confidential, generally political assignments of a delicate nature for the king that were in the interests of national security.
Put that way, it sounds rather romantic.
Don't believe the cheap fiction, Mr. Featherland. Espionage is anything but romantic.
I believe you, madam.
If you must know, I only did it because I believed I could protect those that I serve. Weapons have only one use in this world: to keep the peace. Yes, I always thought about myself and my craft that way.
Thank you for your honesty, ma'am.
Why did you decide to open a brothel? Why is the identity of the card's owner so delicate? What is this what doing now? Is it really just a luxury brothel? Sounds like I should just go straight to the point.
Why did you decide to open a brothel?
You know, this place used to be an orphanage.
Oh.
Then after the Great Avian Plague, a hatchery. Then, young mothers lived here who had nowhere else to go. That's when I took over.
Young mothers and prostitutes. That feels like a sharp turn.
No, it didn't happen like that, of course. The process took 20 years, but one thing remains the same. I wanted to help girls who had nothing and no one. To help
And make a
them.
bit of money.
And this was the best you could do, helping them sell their bodies.
You see things very superficially, Mr. Featherland. We're a family who helped each other even at the worst of times, took care of each other, and what's most important, survived. Yes, survive, no matter the cost.
And it's the cherry on top of the most treasured secrets of the rich and famous.
Very insightful, Mr. Featherland. There's truth to that. Knowledge is power, as they say. And we know a lot about powerful animals that could be used as weapons. Or the opposite. That could avert a war.
If I guess who the card belongs to, will you tell me?
If I guess who the card belongs to, will you tell me?
I wouldn't say that's an acceptable price for such a secret as this, but if you guess right, I won't lie to you. Then, I will tell you you were right. Yes.
Good. Let's see. The answer to my question.
Well,
Natasha
if you put two and two
Katsenko.
together, yeah.
Well, Mr. Featherland, it seems the gossip about you is right.
The message
What
on our
gave it
wall.
away?
It couldn't have been easier. There's a beautiful woman with a mysterious past, trying to keep it a secret, while someone's threatening her with the exact same thing, leaving rather unmistakable messages behind. Plus, we found the card on Deborah, who was her best friend and confidant, so she was either trying to hide it or destroy it forever, so no one could find out the truth. Am I right so far?
Indeed, Mr. Featherland.
So if I'm not mistaken, Natasha used to work for you before she met Ibn Wessler. He fell in love with her, gave her a job at the Millions Club. The rest is history.
You have talent, Mr. Featherland. I'm really sorry you're not working for the government.
I am working for the government. I'm a cop.
Are you sure, Mr. Featherland?
Touché.
Indeed.
How does
Natasha
she
used
know
to
that
work
I
here.
was
We can
but not
put it
laid
that
off,
way,
but
you know, this isn't just a
put off duty
workplace.
for a while?
She also lived here. She was part of our family, and we still love her very much.
Right. That puts everything in a different light. Savas is a true survivor, always was. And she's proud of that, even to this day. Maybe I can get her to trust me if I play to this part of her.
Everyone in the city thinks you're dangerous. Why is that? She may know him and Marty aren't on a specific case. Yeah. Yeah, that's possible. But she already said that some people from the police are customers of the place. You tried to protect her from what? Why did you take her in? Maybe you saw yourself in Natasha. You've tried to shape her into your image. Zavas is a true survivor, always was, and she's proud of that even to this day. Maybe I can get her to trust me if I play this part of her.
You tried to protect her. From what?
Natasha came to me penniless, cold to the bone, and wounded. She was only 17 years old. Even if she were my enemy, I would have taken her in until she recovered. Yes, I'm like that. I was raised to be like that.
Haven't you seen any opportunities for profit? Or were you guided by pure animal goodness?
Is that so hard for you to believe?
I think that worldly women like you try to turn every position to their advantage. I hope
Well,
I
you
don't
said
offend
yourself
you.
it's survival.
On the contrary. But no. I didn't see any opportunities in a girl who could barely speak our language, who was starving and wounded and obviously running from something. In fact, I was taking unnecessary risks because of her.
You knew you were taking a risk, yet still took her in. Why? Yeah, that's a good
You
question.
knew you were taking a risk, yet you still took her in. Why?
I don't know, Mr. Featherland. These things can't always be rationally explained. Not even when I've lived my whole life based on reason, on logic, almost every step calculated.
So Natasha came and turned your whole life upside down. She's like that, isn't she?
It's in her nature, yes. Poor thing can't help it. She's like a tornado. She usually takes everything with her.
That's quite an apt metaphor. But I have to agree.
Did she sweep you away, too?
I don't know yet, madam. I'm clinging firmly to the ground.
Do you know where Natasha came from before Clawville?
Do you know where Natasha came from before Clawville?
Naturally. The poor dear couldn't even deny it. Even her name's eloquent, her accent, but mostly her manners, Mr. Featherland. She's from Stovos, and she belonged to the upper class of Stovonian social circles. She could barely
It sounds
even
like
speak
the
the
royal
language
family
when I
of
first
Russia
met
or
her.
something like that.
That's all you know about her. An ex-spy
It was around
like you
that time
must have
too,
checked up on
actually,
the new
when
protege's
the
past.
royal
That's
family of
the
Russia
most
was
exciting
assassinated. You know,
thing.
like
Yes,
1920s.
I have. Multiple times
Something like
putting
that?
my most treasured connections to good use, but nobody found anything. Natasha's trail could only be traced back to the Stovonian border. What happened in that country, no one knows.
It's rather curious, don't you think?
It is, Mr. Featherland. Yes, curious. That's why I've always been rather fond of Natasha.
Did it touch you deeply when she left you?
Indeed, it did.
Zavos is protective. It seems she's dedicating her whole life to her protégés. If I concentrate on that, maybe she'll open up to me.
Have you kept in touch? Why did you let her leave with Wessler? Didn't it occur to you that you could exploit Natasha and Ibn's relationship? What? Think she might be a suspect?
Didn't it occur to you that you could exploit Natasha and Ibn's relationship?
Me? How? And in what way could I have done that?
You were a famous spy, madam. It's easy to imagine you've conditioned Natasha to seduce Ibn Wessler and help you get close to his money and influence.
Look around you, Mr. Featherbrain. Do I look like someone who needs money and influence?
Power corrupts.
Yes. There's truth to that.
Why didn't that
Good
stay in black and
point.
white?
But it's nothing like that for me. I love Natasha as my daughter. And I believe she too loves me as her mother. And I would never have used this.
Why did you let her leave with Wessler?
Why did you let her leave with Wessler?
What else could I have done? Wessler is a handsome, rich, powerful animal. And Natasha fell in love with him. If anything, I know you can't stand in the way of a woman in love. There's nothing more dangerous, Mr. Featherland.
I've been in this job for more than 20 years, but I haven't heard that one before.
You see? You learn something new every day if you have an open mind. Yes.
I've been losing points. When was the last time you saw her, Madame Zavas? Were you angry at her for leaving? Nah, I think it's more this thing.
When
Stay
was
on
the
focus.
last time you saw her, Madame Zavas?
Maybe around 2 months ago. There was a ball, attended by Ibn Wessler, his beautiful mate Natasha, and myself. Yes.
Was she herself? Did you feel like she was afraid or worried about something?
On the contrary, she was unrestrained, free, radiant. She was in love. Yes, in her own unique way.
What do you mean?
You know Natasha loves on a different level than most Clawville women. Or most women in the wilderness, in fact. Maybe it's because of the Stovonian origins. Perhaps it's something else.
So you didn't notice anything strange about her?
She didn't seem to be any
If
different.
anything could be called strange, it was that I saw a woman positively floating above the ground, who previously used to stand on it with 2 feet.
I see. Thank you, madam.
Not that's grounded anymore then. How did you feel when you learned Natasha was going to leave?
How did you feel when you learned Natasha was going to leave?
Honestly, I was very hurt. I loved her as a daughter. How would you have felt?
I couldn't say.
And I still couldn't stop her, and you know why?
Of course I do. Because you loved her.
You've been in my shoes before, am I right, Detective? Yes, I can feel you have.
This isn't about me, madam. Please stop changing the subject.
I have felt betrayed on a certain level. Yes, and offended, and alone. Even amongst all my friends.
Were you disappointed in her?
Only in myself, Mr. Featherland. But I have a hunch you know this feeling very well.
Yes, you're right. Well, thank you for your time, madam.
Anytime, Detective. Yes, anytime.
Oh, 90% True Detective. Final thoughts. The legendary chicken police back in action. Still a bit weary, but untarnished. Good work. Natasha worked at the sweltering Nile brothel before Ibn Wessler discovered her and got her out of there. continue. This thing down there in the corner, it uses the same font and style as the as L.A. Noire.
Please, gentlemen,
Nice
wait
job.
here a moment. I would like to show you something that could help you.
Oh, that's excellent news. Thank you. We will wait.
Do you trust her?
Not in the slightest. Even her smile
lose
is
my
fake.
drink.
This woman wallowed in other animals' secrets until she became one too.
That's exactly how I feel.
Anyway, now that we're here, we can take a better look around.
Just what I was thinking.
I thought it wasn't working. Oh, wait, what? What, too cliche, perhaps? Must be a combination to something, but I don't have the combination.
These books are here for a reason. They mean something. These books are...
One key, 49. $49 something.
These
149 maybe. No.
Yes, this is the Zavos from the legends. Beautiful and deadly. Beautiful pieces for sure. They must be worth a fortune. These books...
$7.49.
A hidden door. Who'd have thought?
She is a legendary ex-spy.
Well, this is something I've never understood. Why isn't a key good enough? I mean, you can take that with you, but riddles can be solved by anyone.
I don't think many animals get to be in this room, Marty. And the other thing is...
Maybe she wanted us to find it.
exactly what I'm thinking. Who knows? Anyway, we're going in.
A secret door, huh?
This room is not like her at all.
The other must have been for show. Marty, this is the reality. We're talking about a
You
professional
mean to say she's still in the
spy.
business?
A former spy.
Still, if anyone knows how to mask her real face, it's her.
Wait, you think this is who she really is? Cold, dark, and tiny.
And full of secrets.
Ugh, this place gives me the creeps.
Me too. We better get out of here before she comes back.
Ladies of the Force, 1872.
So the rumors are true.
Military intelligence. This dame's really something. I'm starting to think the whole brothel is just a cover.
Makes sense. You think she's still working for Royal Intelligence?
Well, based on what she told us, she's a committed royalist. So I imagine she does.
Hector the Third, our great and fair king.
I feel sorry for the poor fox, to be honest.
I don't. He has it pretty good.
Would you like to live your life as a puppet? Everything you do, carefully planned. Your rule and authority, the whole thing, just for show.
Even if he is just a puppet, Clawville needs a king. He gives strength and hope to many animals.
I guess. Names, numbers, dates. Oh, furry gods.
Do you think they all belong to the brothel?
Hell no. Half of it is a matter of national security.
What did we step into?
You know what? I don't care, Marty. I'm too old for conspiracies. The only thing that matters to me is to find out what the furry hell we're doing here.
And what it has to do with Natasha.
Sure.
Strange book, typewriter. Report 2947-222, subject 99762. Agent Angel Colomar, number 2947-222, report about separatist group movements. Action number 6453-33121. Code definition: moon, deliver, parrot, grass, shining, angel wing, 6. Should I write this down, or I guess no, this will be added to my thing automatically, right? Oh, there seems to be a ledger of some kind on the desk as well. I have to look at it. The torn page may have come from there.
Somebody started typing a letter but left it unfinished.
What does it say?
Number 2947222, report about separatist group movements.
Damn it. Don't even read that.
What? Why not?
I don't know about you, but I don't want to get caught up in the royalist-separatist conflict. What you don't know can't hurt you, right?
I can't even recognize you, boss. Where did you put your sense of adventure?
My sense of adventure has retired. Leave it alone.
And there we go. Yep, that's where the missing part, the missing part of the page came from. I don't know what to make of it. 98, 12, 45. Almost looks like car numbers or something. I'm not sure. Sally Sanders, Mary Dora Filomea, Molly Starling, Natasha Katsenko.
This has got to be it, Marty. Look at the missing page.
Oh, gods. And look at the names.
Yeah, the ladies and their guests.
Put the two together.
What this means, Marty, is that the most influential people in the city had been Natasha's patrons. Some even from the royal family.
This book could destabilize Clawville.
At least the Clawville we currently know.
You think this is behind everything? Somebody's blackmailing Natasha because of this?
That could easily be the case. But something still doesn't fit. That piece of a painting.
Sonny?
If there's even a small chance of...
Sonny,
What?
there's another familiar name here.
What are you talking about?
What, Molly? No. Tell me it isn't true. Molly Starling? My wife!
Clucking hell, Sonny. Molly?
No, wait.
It's clucking hell, Sonny. Molly?
She was working here too.
It's probably someone else with the same name.
So that's why Natasha told me they'd known each other for a long time.
Look, boss.
I can't believe it. All those stories about her past.
Listen, Bossbird. Molly loved you, right? Isn't that what matters?
Marty, please shut your fucking beak right now, or I'll shut it for you.
Okay, boss. I'm sorry. But
Just shut the cluck up.
We've caught them sneaking around, Miss Diamond, you see?
I see, madam.
no, back off, ladies.
There's no need for this. We don't want trouble.
No, maybe you don't. Unfortunately, trouble has found you, gentlemen.
Madam Zavos, we needed to know the connection. What this place has to do with Natasha. And
And?
my wife.
Filthy cops? He's talking gibberish. May I shoot him?
No, not yet, Miss Diamond.
I'd be very sorry to put holes in your lovely striped skin, but believe me, baby, I will. I've always wanted to know if diamonds are bulletproof.
Please, madam. It'll all be over in a second.
No. We have received different orders,
From
Miss
whom?
Diamond. Stand down.
Oh, I see. The pony does tricks on command. Well, I'm not surprised.
That's enough, Marty. You knew who she was, didn't you? What she meant to me.
Well, well, Mr. Featherland. Aren't you interested in your case anymore? No? All it took was a name from your past, and your professionalism drowned in the mud.
Stop playing games with me, Zavos. What does all this have to do with Molly?
Nothing at all. No, she was just a little bird among the many who sought refuge here.
You forced her into this.
You'd love to hear that, but until she met you, she was one of us. Just another...
You clucking...
Sonny, no!
No!
I think I was dreaming. But it wasn't the kind of dream
Uh-oh.
I remember. Dark and painful. Then the suffocating smoke woke me. It wasn't fried eggs, that's for sure.
In his nightmares, he sees eggs cooking.
What happened? That treacherous crocodile. Then I saw Marty, who looked as horrible as I felt. Well, I've always wanted a romantic sea voyage.
Gods damn it. I knew I shouldn't have gone along with this.
Marty, I told you you could get out any time.
And you knew damn well that I wouldn't. That I would never leave you in deep shit once I've joined you. You knew it, and you still asked me to do it.
Marty, listen.
You're a selfish bastard, Sonny, and you drag everyone around you down with you. How long was it till retirement? 120 days?
121.
But you just couldn't sit still on your ass, could you? Well, take a good look around, boss bird. This is you. And this is what follows you. Just this clucking misery. And dead bodies. Do you understand? You have nothing else to offer but
Now's not the
suffering.
time, boys.
Marty.
And feeling sorry for yourself. Oh, you're great at that. I can't believe this shit. We're gonna die here on a goddamn blazing ship like roast chicken. Well, it's dramatic at least, just like you like it.
At least it's
Marty.
gonna smell good.
What?
I've almost
roast
managed
chicken.
to untie the knot. But if you keep thrashing around like that, we're really gonna die here.
Ah, for cluck's sake, fine. Work your magic. Until then, I'm gonna say all the prayers I know.
You better.
Okay, they're tied.
We'll be fried chicken. I hope there are spices in those barrels at least.
I just had dinner. But I could start feeling hungry again.
So close, yet so far. Goodbye, partner. It's been a swell ride.
Well,
Let me concentrate on the rope.
oh really? What a sharp observation.
Shut up.
Ropes. Start, end. What's that? Draw a line. So... I assume that's what I have to do. Ah, no. Ah, for crying out loud. The flames are not helping. But it makes sense. I mean, it's realistic at least. In that sense. I'm gonna run out of time. Oh, or maybe not.
So what now?
Now we run and swim.
I can't swim.
Well, you better learn fast or you'll die. I'm not gonna drag your fat ass to the shore if that's what you're hoping.
I shouldn't have brought this many guns with me.
Throw them away then.
Never.
Then they'll drag you down into the deep. Ah, I don't care. I always thought your gun mania would be your undoing.
Cluck you, Sonny.
Cluck you,
We have
Sonny.
to survive this first.
Well, after you, boss bird.
That furry, fucking clucking gods. Damn.
Yeah.
Listen, Marty.
What?
What you said on the ship.
What about it?
You were right. I knew this would happen. Or something like it. I dragged you into this deliberately. Because I'm not enough on my own.
Sonny, cut the crap.
No, I'm serious. I knew I couldn't do this alone. I needed you to... well, to look out for me.
I don't need this, all right? Stop playing the wounded soul. I don't fucking care.
Fair enough. You're right.
Hell yeah, I'm fucking right.
I'll, shut up now.
Good.
Oh, it's, capybara?
Cluck me. That's old Captain Marsh. I thought he died 50 years ago.
I think I must have hit my head pretty badly.
Looks
Say,
like a
isn't
capybara
that
to me.
Captain Marsh?
You see him too? Oh, thank the gods.
Ho, 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 lads. What the hairy devil are you doing out here? Isn't it a bit cold for a swim?
It was warm on the ship, at least while it was burning.
I bet it was. Arr.
Hey, Captain, how's it hanging?
It's hanging all right. Arr. What about you lubbers? What was all that ruckus, eh?
Oh, I think someone tried to kill us, Captain. Again.
Come on, Boise. There's nothing new there.
Yeah, old rust can't be scraped away.
Did you see anything, Captain?
Arr. Of course I have. A burning ship. Then two cocks suddenly learned to fly. And even swim, by gad. Oh, what a time to be alive, eh?
You haven't changed a bit, old man.
Sure I haven't. I'm steady, like the Sea of Clawville.
Yeah, except that Clawville doesn't have a sea.
Of course it does, laddie. Just not here in Clawville.
Okay, that's too much for me.
No, not that. Oh yeah, he is a capybara. Yeah, I thought so. He talks like a real pirate and smells like one too. The captain is a much greater legend than we'll ever be. Everyone just calls him the captain, though he most likely never left the shore in his life. He is an innocent guy indeed, but maybe he saw something useful.
A black car stopped not far from here. A rich-looking car, shiny and all.
Yeah? What else?
Two big lads stepped out of it. One of them was looking like some kind of cow. The other was a cat, a big cat. They were fancy looking at the ship. I don't blame them. It's not something you see every day. I swear on all the saints of the sea. Arr.
Just a wild guess. Was it a ram and a bobcat?
Arr, exactly.
The bouncer at the club?
Are you
the ram?
friends of theirs?
Well, an acquaintance. It's the bouncer
Yeah.
of the Tsar Club, and the goon that was hanging around Ibn.
Plumey gods. Zavas answers to Ibn too. Or at least they're connected.
Yeah.
Oh, arr. That sounds exciting.
Easy, old-timer. This Ram fella, what did he do after watching us?
Nothing at all, laddie. When that lovely ship started to sink, they got into their pretty car and got away like bats out of hell.
So they didn't see us swimming to shore.
I wouldn't know that.
Tell me, Captain, do you hang out here all the time?
This behind me is me ship, lads. Or at least, it's a ship I'm living in at the moment. It's not mine, you know.
And what do you do?
I stand here and watch the sea.
The sea? You mean the River Times?
River? Arr, that was a good one, boy.
Okay.
Yeah,
what
to him
now?
it's the sea.
I don't know. We can't go to the station, that's for sure.
We agree on that.
I think I broke a rib or two.
My sight's getting blurry.
Pluck me. You know what this means?
Oh, no. I'd rather go blind than go to Bubo's.
We have to, pal.
I'm
Owl?
not your pal. Especially after tonight.
Come on. We got no choice.
Well, we survived the burning ship. I guess we'll survive the madman too.
Don't be so optimistic.
I wasn't done asking stuff. Yeah.
Do you know anything about the place called...
Too classy
the
for him, I
Sweltering
think.
Nile?
Of course
Oh, he
they
does?
do, me boys. But they don't
Well,
really
that's what I
tolerate
thought.
folks like me there.
Not surprised. Have you heard anything unusual about it?
Arr, sure I have. They have the most beautiful wenches there, laddie. Like sirens of the sea. And they're willing to do anything for you. If only I were a spring chicken like ye are, I'd be already running over there.
Well, actually, Captain, that's where we came from.
On a burning ship? Bloody hell. You know how to live, lads.
We're doing our best, Captain.
Hey, give me.
Arr!
Have you heard the name Madame Zavas?
When I was young like ye, they were talking about a gorgeous crocodile with that name. Aye, beautiful and deadly. Just how I like my women.
Me too.
It's her, yeah. Less beautiful now, but just as deadly.
She has something to do with the burning ship, eh?
You're quite the detective.
So I've been told.
He was a local legend back when I was a kid. But seriously, have you seen anything?
Of course I have. I'm always watching, my lad. Just ask me.
Well, I just
what
did.
Do you want to...
I'm glad you made it, partner. You can swim after all.
Yeah. Or the river spat me out.
Well, what about your guns? Did you throw them away?
Hell no. Where they go, I go. And where I go, they're coming with me no matter what.
I'm seriously amazed you're still alive.
Yeah, sure.
Bubo's place. Wait, hold on. There was a 3 on the marker. I can't change the destination though. I have to go there. Still a few people I haven't met yet. But it's this guy we're going to see then. Dr. Reginald B. Bubo, Eagle Owl, a Bubo Bubo. Gender male, special feature, morphinist, neurotic, old and ugly, but he's an old friend from the golden days of the chicken police. Bubo's a true institution. He keeps most of Clawville's gangsters intact and alive, and sometimes even helps cops who'd like to get repaired, unofficially. For the right compensation, of course. Tiny kiosk in the heart of the Calavera Hills. Calavera. I think that's the family name of the guy in Grim Fandango, which I guess this game takes some inspiration from as well. It might be a reference. I think it was Manny Calavera, if I'm not mistaken. Or I guess it's a common enough name that it might not necessarily be a reference to anything specific. But anyway, I wonder how much it is on the eShop Grim Fandango, because I'm considering more and more getting it for myself.
Bubo used to work at the PD as a coroner and pathologist. Then a couple of limbs and organs went missing, and the morphine stock suspiciously depleted, so the force said goodbye to him. He then set up a private practice, but lost his license pretty quick. Now he's doing something that vaguely resembles medicine.
$15.
Fixing up gangsters and bent coppers. Or pigeons
Or
like us.
$12.99 over here. Okay.
I hadn't seen the doc since he had to pick a dozen pellets out of my drumstick. Thanks, Monty.
Well. Look who the cat dragged in. The one and only chicken coppers in the rotting flesh.
Good evening to you too, old owl.
Achievement unlocked.
Has he shot you again?
Not yet.
Ha, it is to laugh. I just need a strong painkiller, and since we're already here, some information too.
Well, then I hope your pockets are full.
We just crawled out of the river, so if it's all right with you, I can pay with a pocket full of mud.
Well, I owe you one anyway.
One? Don't make me laugh, Bubo. You're indebted to us for the rest of your life.
Okay. Tell me what's wrong and do it fast. It's a busy night. On New Year's Eve, animals love to shoot or even eat each other.
Tell me about it. Tonight's starting to remind me of the bloody New Year's Eve.
Or worse.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Did you come here to cry me a river? Spit it out. Then get your wobbly waddles out of here. Ursula will be home soon.
Charming as ever, old bird. Who's that?
Who? Oh, he's my father.
Your what?
Why are you so surprised? He gave his body to science.
Then what's he doing here?
Hoo. You're a hilarious guy.
That was a good one, Sonny.
Yeah, thanks.
Two infantile monkeys.
Science stuff.
Eesh, like in the cave of the vampire bat in those horror movies.
You're right. I think all of these are illegal, or worse.
Occult magic.
Demonology.
Perverse desires.
Unholy dealings.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how are you two done?
What do you think? Is this a medical illustration or the good doc's dinner?
Unfortunately, the two are often one and the same.
Ugh.
Hey, did you draw this, Doc?
Very funny. Are you here to sightsee or
I'm having
what?
fun sightseeing.
We don't have
What can I
anything better
say?
to do at the moment, so...
I'm laughing myself to death.
shady room.
Do you keep the dead bodies and your stolen morphine stash here?
The morphine's long gone.
Oh, poor Boobo.
Watch your beak, Martin.
Who's next? Meredith H. Marble. What? That didn't go in my bag. No, it didn't. Is this something you can actually read? Like if you manage to find them all or something? Detective rank, Gumshoe. Dick Gumshoe. Boobo. Well, I think, yeah, that might be all.
Oh, yuck. It's soaked with blood. Fresh blood.
I was operating on someone a few minutes ago.
Totally sober, huh?
More or less.
Probably less.
My hands tremble if I don't drink, okay? Just leave me alone.
You look pretty good, old man. You on a formaldehyde diet?
Your humor hasn't changed. Worn and out of style.
Just like you, Boobo.
Spit it out. What do you want from me? I have a busy night.
Busy?
I had to patch up 2 muscleheads a few minutes ago. Of course, they ran off and didn't pay.
What muscleheads?
Wait, let me guess. A ram and a bobcat.
How did you know?
Shit. What was their problem? Why did they come here?
The bobcat's hand was badly burned and something had sliced the ram.
Well, it's not an easy job to haul 2 unconscious roosters onto an
It's
abandoned
possible
ship
that they were
and
trying
then
to
set
get
it
them
on
out
fire.
instead.
What have you gotten yourselves into again, you fools? Those 2 work for Ibn Wessler.
Yeah, don't say.
Well, in this case,
The old
it was
capybara
nice
might not
to
have
know
seen
you,
everything.
gentlemen.
Don't celebrate in advance, Doc. As you can see, we're not so easy to kill.
Just tell us everything you know. And give us some strong painkillers.
Well, all right. Ask away. But I must warn you. If Ursula comes home and sees you here, she'll either kick you out or maul you to death.
New Ursula info. Ursula is a bear? Hold on. Ursula fragaria. Brown bear. Ursus arctos. Gender female, special feature. A big bear with an even bigger heart. A big bear with a big heart and a big problem called Dr. Boobo.
Joking aside, how are you, Doc? Long time no see.
Oh, you should get shot more often, then you'd see me more.
Yeah, right. I'm on it.
I'm still alive. Clawville's still standing, to my surprise. Ursula still bears with me, to my
She
even
bears
greater
with you,
surprise.
haha.
What else can I say?
You don't need anything else then, right?
You know, I could use a big house, a normal job, and a ton of money. And it'd be great if that ridiculous King Hector would finally resign from the throne.
So you still support the Separatists?
Wow, this old owl's heart is beating.
But your life partner is a bear.
Not a problem as long as I don't marry her.
You're a goddamn hypocrite, Boobo.
Why, thank you.
What does this tell you, Boobo?
That you tore off the corner of a painting?
Not that. What do you make of it?
That somewhere a painting is missing a corner.
Don't cluck with me, old man.
I'm not. I'm
He doesn't
completely
know.
serious.
Then, thanks for the help.
Don't mention it.
Come on, pull the O'Reilly face, just for me, please.
Love
For the
is
sake of
still
old
in the
memes.
air, I see.
I'm a prisoner, boys.
Yeah, the prisoner of your stupidity.
Easy for you to say. You can't get rid of a woman like her so easily.
Why? Because she's a bear and weighs a ton?
No. Because no matter how much I hate her, I still love her more than anything.
Aw, touching.
Hold your tongue, McChicken.
What do you know about Madame Zavas and her affairs?
Zavas, huh? Who? That woman's probably even more dangerous than Ibn Wessler himself.
Oh, great news.
Is there some kind of link between them?
Ibn's contacts span the entire city, and his new girlfriend, that Natasha, worked in the brothel once.
How do you know that?
Yeah.
Everybody
Okay,
knows.
we were the only guys in town
Great. We almost died
Yeah.
for that information.
who didn't
Why
know.
didn't you ask?
Just shut up, okay? So that Ram and his partner, did they talk about something? About their plans, where they're going next?
The Bobcat didn't say a word, he just growled. But the Ram couldn't shut up, and he talks like a butler or something. He's got a very strange vocabulary, I must say.
What did they say, Bubo? Get to the point.
After they've done the job killing you, I guess, they said they have to kill a rat, too.
Zip!
A rat.
Figuratively.
I know it's
An
not Zip
informer.
is a raccoon.
Someone who spilled the beans and hurt Mr. Wessler's interests.
An informer.
They called him a sneaky little bastard, too, if that helps.
That's gotta be Zip.
Of course, Zip.
Yeah, you
Damn it.
rat them
Well,
out.
then that flea bag's done for.
Hold your horses, Marty. Zip is like a cockroach, practically immortal.
I guess. We gotta help him then.
I'm afraid you're right. We still owe him one.
One?
I didn't even hear that, Bubo. So, who tried to get us out of the way, and why?
Well, I guess I am supposed to believe that it was him and her. But I think it might not necessarily have been Ibn. I think it's not entirely impossible that they were trying to get us out and they didn't actually put us in the boat. Zavas and Ibn are working together. No, that's not it. Oh.
Maybe Zavas is in cahoots with Ibn Wessler.
No, I know that's not it. The clues. No. Painting piece. One of these. Deborah is dead. Natasha's secret.
But why? Just because Natasha used to work at that place?
Ibn tried to kill Natasha because she worked at the brothel. He is the culprit. Nah. Natasha was forced to work at the brothel by Madame Zavas and Ibn Wessler. Nah. Ibn wants to hide Natasha's secret. Or was it Natasha herself?
Ibn Wessler wants to hide the tracks leading to Natasha's past. Or maybe it was Natasha herself.
What am I supposed to link? Could be important, but not now, it says. Okay. Molly's name. Could be imported, but not now. Zip is a rat. Yes, that's going to be right.
But what does it have to do with
Zip knows too much about
Why do
Natasha's
they
past
want
and
to kill
Westor's
the
dealings.
raccoon? Zip knows something or has something that can unveil Natasha and Ibn's secret. We need to find out what it is.
We might be too late if they've already left to go kill him.
Sonny, there's something else. Your car is here behind the building. Ursula covered it with a tarp.
What? Why?
She saw it in front of the brothel. And she also saw the madam's girls trying to take it apart.
Furry gods. What did she do to them?
Well, a couple of dames with guns are not enough to scare my dear Ursula, that's for sure. But relax. She didn't tear them to pieces. She just chased them off and got away with your car.
You know, for once, that's wonderful news.
Yeah, I wore my legs down to get here.
Warmest regards to Ursula when she gets back, Doc. She may have saved our lives.
Of course I will. Now, cluck off, will you?
Ah, you're the best, Boobo.
I know. Will you kindly get lost?
No way. I wouldn't put my...
I have to leave. Well, normally I suppose I would be in a hurry. But there are these optional parts of town that I can also go to, so...
Ah, we're busted, boss.
Yeah, the boys were quite fast, I admit.
Ah, what are we gonna tell them? Any chance we were just joyriding around here?
Not much. That's why they're gonna believe it.
You think so?
Just watch and learn, I think he was gonna say, but I cut him short, sadly.
These two, again, of course. Who else?
Would you be happier if it were Moses and Plato?
Yeah, you're right. We're lucky.
There you go.
Hey, boys. I see you're working hard.
Hey, what about you? What the hell are you doing here?
And we were just driving through when we saw the party.
And who are you trying to feed that bullshit to?
Yeah, we're not eating that, Sonny.
This isn't your neighborhood. So, out with it. Why are you here?
Pull back the spikes. What's going on? Just fill us in, fellas.
Oh. Young girl, around 25 to 30 years old. Pretty? Some kind of dough or something?
Impala, you moron.
She was an Impala indeed, fellas.
Wait, how do you know that,
Moron.
Marty?
One of the officers mentioned it. Don't blow your top, okay? Carry on. We don't have all night.
So, the girl was naked. There's no trace of predation. We don't even know how she died. It's the coroner's day off.
Huh. Another thing that only happens in Clawville, huh?
Which reminds me, what are you even doing here?
We're securing the area.
Yeah, I can see that.
I beg your pardon, Marty.
I said have a nice time doing nothing, boys. I mean, securing.
Let's see, Oh, another one. The Bloody New Year's Eve. He picks them up, but can I read them somewhere? Oh, that might be in the extras menu on the tile screen. Come to think of it.
Here's the alpha pup.
Hey, watch out. He may bite you.
A barking dog never bites.
Oh, Bosco's not like that. He's as happy as a dog with two tails.
Ah, we're criminally funny.
Yeah, in a better world, we'd be in jail for it.
Sorry, guys. Crime scene. You can come in if you want, Marty, but unfortunately, Sonny counts as a civilian.
It's all right, Bosco. We understand. Anyway, I don't think whatever's in there would surprise us much.
What? Why'd you say that?
Oh, nothing. We've just heard what's going on. It's one ugly case.
Yeah, she was young and full of life. At least I think so. Sometimes I feel like I'm too old for this shit, you know?
What are you doing here anyway? I heard there wasn't any predation here. It's a simple murder case, isn't it?
Yeah, it would be, but the city's too busy tonight. We simply don't have enough officers on duty to cover everything. Sound familiar?
Yes, it does.
So
Figured I'd take a
everyone's doing
screenshot
everything,
for my
eh?
review. I have to
And
take some at some
nothing.
point.
Not what they should, anyway. But you know, I'm not even here. I just stepped in to take a look at the case for the boss. I'm already heading back to the PD.
We just happen to be around here too, so we'll be on our way now.
See you soon?
Yeah, afraid so.
Cop car.
Should we blow out the tires, boss?
What the hell's gotten into you, Marty?
Huh?
Yeah. Where did that come from? Let's see. Hot dogs, sweltering Nile, Sour Club.
Sonny, you sure they'll welcome us here?
No, they won't, but I don't care.
I like this new Sonny.
Hi, Miss Diamond.
Maybe it's just a statue.
I swear he was blinking before. I have a feeling we don't fit in here.
Well, we did just crawl out of a river after escaping from a
It
burning
must
ship.
smell like
But
roasted
these
chicken.
furies happened to set on fire.
Exactly. So that means we deserve some premium compensation.
Don't even think about it.
You know, since the incident with the burning ship, I see these girls in a different light.
If
No
they're all
wonder.
trained
These
killers.
demons are capable of anything.
For sure, Sonny. For sure.
Hey, I didn't mean it like that, okay? Be professional. Hard as stone.
You're right. Wounded, tough, stone-hard cops.
That's right.
Well, to her you can speak.
Our little actress. She was good.
She deceived me, too. But don't forget, Marty, these girls are capable of anything for their madam.
Hi there.
Hello, miss.
Gentlemen,
Don't worry, miss. We're not here to arrest you. Though I admit the temptation is high.
I just was...
We know, doll. You did what the madam told you to, right? Please, don't be embarrassed. It's not your fault.
Hey, Marty, you're not gonna propose to her, are you?
Please, gentlemen, this is very embarrassing and unpleasant for me. What do you want here? Are you tempting fate? Do you want to die?
If we wanted to die, we just had to let the ship burn. You know, the one you put us into.
I had nothing to do with that. It was
Well, I
even
guess
Wesley's goons.
that throws my
Wesley
theory out the
goons?
window.
Did they knock us out, too?
No, that was us. The girls. But we had no choice. I can't tell you more.
Tell us this, then. Is the madam here?
Yes, but I'm sure she wouldn't want to see you. You have to understand that.
We'll see about that, sweet pea. Thanks for the help.
But I...
You think this is a good idea, Sonny? We're gonna make the crocodile even more angry.
Stay outside if you want, Marty. I don't care.
I didn't have to go there, so I wonder
Okay,
what extra
okay,
information I'm
boss,
gonna
I didn't
glean
say
from this.
anything.
The end is nigh. The dead walk among us.
Greetings to you too, madam. Are you surprised to see us?
I must admit I am a little. But I also must admit I'm relieved. Yes.
Relieved? Wasn't it you who put us on a
But
burning
apparently it was
ship
Ibn
by any
Wessler's
chance?
goons.
No, it wasn't me, Mr. Featherland. Though I can't deny my part in it either.
How comforting.
Look, Mr. Featherland, your investigation clashed with my business and my personal interests. I couldn't let it slide. That's all there is to it. Nothing more. You're expecting any other explanation in vain.
You really are cold-blooded, aren't you?
Not my fault. I'm a
Yep,
crocodile.
It has nothing to do with you being a crocodile, madam.
Whatever you think. So, what can I help you with, gentlemen?
So, the
It's the
legend...
same description as before.
Before you alert your wildcats, we're not here to arrest you, ma'am. We're not even here to confront you with anything.
Why then? To what do I owe the pleasure of your visit?
I simply want to know why.
The answer's frustratingly simple, Mr. Featherland. You'll be disappointed.
Try me.
I have a contract with Mr. Wessler. And your investigation infringed certain terms of that contract.
Like talking about
That's all.
Natasha's past?
Contract, huh?
Yeah.
Is Natasha the subject of this contract? You sold her to Ibn Wessler, right?
That assumption is offensive.
So?
I'm not going to answer that, Mr. Featherland. No.
I knew it. You know, sister, you could be a famous crocodile. You're still just a snake. And I hope snakes will forgive me that I mentioned them in the same sentence as you.
I'm truly sorry you feel that way, Detective. Maybe one day your opinion will change. You know, Mr. Featherland, I was growing rather fond of you two. I'm sorry.
Don't take this the wrong way, but we don't need your sympathy or your pity, Zavas.
Just take care of yourselves when you finally face Mr. Wessler. He's much more dangerous than you think.
I hope you understand we're pretty skeptical about your advice, madam.
Okay, is that it then? Can I leave? Was that everything?
Take care, gentlemen.
Is that advice or a threat?
I'll leave that up to you to work out.
It was a bit of both. Actually, well, can I go back to the lobby of the place? No. Ah, yeah, if you press B, you can go back.
Please, leave.
I'm sorry, Toots. We can't do that. Not...
No, okay, never mind then. Let's leave. There was one more place I could go to, the SAR Club. Though we're probably gonna get bounced.
Well, looks like the party's over.
Yeah, it looks like it. And just when I was starting to get into the mood.
Damn it. I thought I was gonna see you shake a tail feather tonight, boss.
Yeah, let's not go that far.
Lewis!
There he is again. Good old LaGrasse.
You're doing this on purpose, aren't you?
What?
Not calling him by his real name. Lamar or Lawrence is okay. Laszlo, maybe. But LaGrasse?
All right, I admit it. I know that's not his name. He's Louise, right?
Okay, I don't care anymore. I'm done. Hey, Lewis. Here again?
I just left something here, Sonny, but nothing important.
Are you sure everything's all right, Lewis? You seem, distracted.
I'm fine, Sonny. Don't you worry about me. What are you doing here anyway? You look quite battered.
Now we got both hot and cold tonight, literally and at the same time. But we're alive, and we're hoping maybe we can find Natasha here.
I'm sorry, Sonny. I haven't seen her since her performance.
Well, thanks. Keep your eyes open, all right?
In my ears.
You know, when you showed me that flyer, I didn't think you were gonna drown.
I'm gonna be honest, Marty. I had a feeling if we got into this, the sky was gonna fall on us. That's why I needed you. Someone who
can take care of you?
Yeah, something like that.
That's honest coming from a selfish bastard and a jerk. Thanks, boss.
Maybe you've seen Filmar?
Filmar? I last saw him a few hours ago. He was pretty much out of it, if you know what I mean.
Old Hawk got drenched, huh?
Figuratively, and literally, too.
Okay, thanks, Lewis. I have a hunch we'll meet again.
Haha!
Yeah,
Me too.
The fact that they're wearing gloves, I mean, they don't all wear gloves, but on him, he's not really dressed like he's about to go outside, and yet he's outside and wearing those gloves. I mean, it looks a bit out of place. I'm not real fond of his design.
I hope we're not going to be on the front page of tomorrow's paper.
Well, it depends on the headline. Could be the legendary pairs back together, or the two roosters take down the Wessler Empire.
Or the naked bodies of the once famous chicken police were found dead, washed up on the banks of the Times River.
Eee, enough. I get it.
Sorry, I'm just trying to keep it real.
Gee, thanks. You know, sometimes I feel like none of this is real. Like we're living in a movie or something.
What makes you say that?
It's like our actions are scripted. Like we're doing what's expected of us instead of acting rationally, even if it's something totally insane. That's for sure. If we weren't,
I
we'd
skipped
be
a line, it
long
seems.
dead.
Yeah, that's...
You know,
What makes you say that?
it's like our actions are...
Well, Marty, maybe you're right. But we're the directors and the protagonists of that movie. At least I hope we
Okay,
are.
that's what I had missed.
That's for sure. If we weren't, we'd be long dead.
Yeah, that's true.
What's that?
Huh, I like this.
Why's that?
I don't know. 'Cause it's moving, I guess.
You're a simple bird, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
A Clawville story. Moonlight Boulevard. In the most colorful club of the most colorful city. My city is on fire. A new hit from the Queen of the Night. Ladies.
Hello, ladies.
Not even what happened to us at the brothel and on the burning ship discouraged you, huh?
On the contrary, Sonny. I haven't felt this much alive in a long, long time.
All right. You have 5 minutes. Then we're leaving.
Thanks, Dad. But I'm not gonna talk to them. You know me. I only conquer from afar, and only in my mind, ever since Laura turned my head. And my world upside down.
What a lucky woman, eh?
I'm the lucky one.
That's for sure.
Oh, what?
Cluck me. I really don't need this.
We don't have to talk to him. He's blind. He's not gonna notice us.
If only we were that lucky. But he can smell chickens from 100 feet
Why?
away.
Because he's a snake or whatever it is he is. Actually, we could look through that. Mort. What species is he? A Komodo dragon. Ah, yeah, okay. Yeah. Varanus komodoensis.
There's no getting away, right?
Of course there is. Just turn around and run.
I could already smell you boys.
Ah, hello, Morty. What's up? Are you lost, old lizard?
Me? Lost? No way.
If I'm not mistaken, your rickety little shack isn't this way, Morty. It's miles away from here.
Don't you worry about me, you overgrown eggs. I know where the road's taking me.
Jeffy threw you out again, huh?
Don't you worry about that either, pal.
That little bastard. All right, listen, Mort. I'll talk to Lewis for you, okay? Luckily, he's right here.
Don't bother because of me, sonny boy. It's nothing. I can walk.
No worries. I just want your legend to live on, lizard wizard.
Personal info.
Listen, Lewis, I need some help. A favor.
Sonny, you know, for you, anything, my friend. 5 times a day, even.
Okay, I deserve that.
So, how can I assist you? Again.
You know old Morty, right?
Yes, I know him. Indeed.
I know he's not a saint, and he doesn't smell like flowers. His
All
manners are
right, we get it.
disgraceful.
And he drinks a lot?
He's friends with weirdos.
And he's in and out of jail?
So we know he's not an easy character, but he has nowhere to go. And he is an old friend. Or something like that.
So, he needs a room, right?
You guessed it, pal.
Well, no problem, gentlemen. I can handle that.
Thanks, Lewis. Again. I don't know how many times. Much obliged.
Don't mention it. One day I'm gonna ask you for a favor in return.
Anything, long ears.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm done here.
The Tsar Club. I'm not gonna forget this buzzing red neon light anytime soon.
Alright then, I've been through all the optional places. Let's go try to save Zip's life.
Damn, we're late.
I don't see him anywhere.
But that jerk's here.
Yeah, the famous scribbler Tim in the flesh. He must have seen something. And because he's here, he must have caught a whiff of a serious case. We should interrogate him.
Oh, let me be the bad cop, Boss Bird.
Permission granted.
Yes.
Seagull!
Scribbler Tim, second-rate journalist and first-rate ass-kisser. He's a huge fan of the chicken police. Hey, Timbo, my old pal.
Hey, hello, boys. What a lovely welcome.
You're not scared to see us, are you?
Who? Me? What are you thinking? I'm always glad to see you working. Especially together like this as the legendary chicken police.
What the hell's going on here, Tim?
That's exactly what I was thinking. You see, what the hell could have happened here, right? Very strange, indeed.
Where's Zip, Timbo?
Keen observation, boys, because that's the most exciting thing about the story.
Let me guess. A ram and a bobcat appeared and took him with them.
Well, you could say that if it happened, but it didn't.
Then what?
Isn't it great? Here's the twist.
Start talking, Tim, or we'll have to see if you can really fly.
Come on, Sonny. I was supposed to be the bad cop.
Shut your beak, Monty.
Hey, quit playing tough, will ya? You know I'll help you even if you don't threaten me. I always do. Mostly.
Stop babbling. Just answer the question. Have you seen anything weird around the river?
You mean the smoke and burning ship?
Exactly.
Oh, no. I haven't seen that.
What do you know about Madame Zavos, Timothy? What's the old hag up to these days?
I only know what everybody does. She's rich, she owns a brothel, allegedly she used to be a spy, and she's an enthusiastic supporter of the Crown and the Royalist Party.
What else?
Well, I haven't heard anything else, I swear. She's surrounded by secrets. She was a spy, you know. Although...
Come on.
A little bird told me she's been entertaining quite a lot of foreign guests recently. I mean, real high-quality VIP guests.
And foreign.
Who? From where?
Well, I don't know, but allegedly, she's welcomed patrons from Stavonia, Averia, and even Nautica. Basically from everywhere that matters.
And?
Well, that's all. You know I can get into everywhere, but even I give the Nile a wide berth. Those wild girls are capable of anything protecting the madam. Trust me.
Yeah, we've noticed.
Zip.
So, what about Zip?
I'm telling you, I don't know. He was already gone by the time I got here.
Why are you
Which
still
could either be
sniffing
good or
around?
bad news.
I was trying to make that fella talk over there.
What, the old fly guy? You speak insect?
What if I do? I'm educated, you know?
All right, Tim, my patience is gone. It's time you start singing like the songbird you are.
Hey, that's Seabird. Okay, back off. We're old friends, aren't we?
Exactly. That's why I haven't smeared the walls with you yet.
Ouch.
We partly owe him our nickname, and our fame, too. I'm not very grateful for that.
The fly guy.
Maybe he can't understand what we're saying.
Or he just doesn't want to talk to us. Which I can understand, considering how most of the animals treat these poor bastards.
Indifference is almost as harmful, Sonny.
You think I'm indifferent about the insect issue?
I didn't say that, boss.
I'm not indifferent. I just think we've simply gone too far to even make it right.
It's never too late to change, Sonny.
I hope you're right. Hey, old pal, could you help us?
Does he understand us?
I don't know.
Excuse me. Have you seen where the raccoon went? The one... Nothing.
Ah.
Timbo's a douchebag, so it's not hard to draw the truth from him.
So what the hell are you doing around here, Timbo?
So what the hell are you doing around here, Timbo?
All right, I confess, but you'll be surprised. I was looking for you, boys. The whole town's talking about you.
Really? I'm swelling with pride.
Everybody's whispering about the chicken police being back together again. And that you've already turned the whole city upside down.
Great news. What else do they say?
That you've threatened Ibn Wessler's sweetheart, Natasha, then trashed Madame Zavas's brothel. Hard stuff.
Really? I'm not surprised.
Oh, and the best! You set fire to a ship, too.
Yeah, right.
Ah, and one more thing. A poor girl was found dead at Natasha's place after you visited there.
Is that so? And you believe all that?
But I'm a journalist, Sonny. It doesn't matter what I believe.
Yeah, right.
Why were you looking for us here of all places? Yeah, it's kinda weird, I guess.
And why were you looking for us here, of all places?
You offend me, Sonny. I'm your biggest fan. I knew the hot dog's gonna be on your list.
So it was a lucky guess.
Something like that. And I'm wasting time here often anyway, so I had nothing to lose. And here we are.
So you weren't following us by any chance?
So you weren't following us
Stream may
by
become a
any
bit
chance.
unstable.
Guys,
I'm noticing some problems.
What exactly do you take me for?
Let's not get into that, Timbo. So?
I wasn't following you at all. This place was my first guess, okay? Or
yep,
I'm
dropping
just
frames
wanted to
again.
have a good cup of coffee. I mean, who knows?
Just hope I don't get disconnected, so bear with me if that happens.
What happened to Zip, Tim?
Okay. When I arrived here, the hot dog was already closed. Zip wanted to shoo me away, but I managed to persuade him to talk to me a little. We're old friends, Sonny, you know? And I have this personal charm.
Yeah, right, the charm. Get to the point, Timbo.
Yeah, the
Okay.
charm.
So, he was totally crazy. I've never seen him like that before. He was flustered, flailing, and talking absolute gibberish.
He must have said something, since you're such great friends.
Well, he just said he'd go to the only place where there are even bigger scoundrels than those that are after him.
Really? I can guess where he meant.
I didn't have a clue. Anyway, after he closed the dog behind me, and then the cops came and took him away in handcuffs, I came to the conclusion that all of this makes no sense.
Zip, you clever son of a bitch.
Why?
He got himself arrested so
is
he
it?
wouldn't get
Don't tell
killed.
me.
You just keep your beak out of this, Scribbler. I think I've got an idea about what our little friend's up to. Timbo loves to brag, and it's easy to approach him through his ego. Best if we ruthlessly exploit that.
You got nothing better to do than stir up trouble? Working on a new front page article, eh? He loves to brag and it's easy to approach him through his ego? Working on a new front page article, yeah, that would flatter his ego.
Working on a new front page article, eh?
Well, if a specific celebrity couple's willing to give me an interview, then maybe I am.
Don't even dream about it, Timby.
As you're so well informed, yeah, that should flatter his ego. Timster, tell me about Madame Zavas. Who told you we're working together again? How did you get rid of the cops? Those two cops, who were they?
As you're so well informed, Timster, tell me about Madame Zavas.
Well, they say she's kinda angry because someone trashed her brothel. Oh, and that someone was
They?
allegedly
Who's
you
they?
and Marty.
Yeah, you already told us. Good story. Anything else? With a little more truth in it.
Allegedly, Ibn Wessler's men were seen around the brothel. I have a hunch that they were the same two guys that came here, too.
Gee, that may even be true.
Plus 10?
Timbo, you pay attention to everything. Did anyone else come here?
Besides the coppers? Yeah, a ram and a bobcat, in fact.
But you just told us it wasn't them.
Wasn't them what? I didn't say they took Zip, because that's not how it happened.
Don't make me mad, Tim. We're really not in the mood for this.
Hey, I'm only telling you the truth. They stopped here in a fancy big car, looked around, then left. Zip was no longer here. Neither were the coppers,
Well, at least
okay?
they didn't have time to get to him.
Tiny Tim is a true fan of ours, and it's time to finally use that to our advantage.
How would you like to help the chicken police that you admire so much? Help your old pals, Tim. What was Zip doing before they took him away? Yeah, that's this one.
Help your old pals, Tim. What was Zip doing before they took him away?
Hey, you're trying to grease me up with all that sweet talk, Sonny honey.
Of course not, Tim. We're old pals.
I'm sure we are, but I don't remember you telling me that without an ulterior motive. But you know what? I don't care. Feels good anyway.
I'm glad to hear that. So...
Zip was acting crazy. He was running around, knocking over everything and throwing things away. Then he suddenly disappeared into the kitchen. I guess that's when he made the call. Because soon after that, the coppers arrived.
And in between?
Well, I didn't see him in between.
Why didn't you go inside? He's your friend, isn't he?
Well, I tried, Sonny. The door was closed. I knocked, even yelled. You know how a yelling seagull sounds like. But nothing.
I think I have a hunch what that was all about.
Good for you, Sonny.
Zip was hiding something in the dog, right?
Zip was hiding something in the dog, right?
What do you mean exactly?
Now, you tell me. You're good old friends, aren't you?
Well, that's right, Sonny, but Zip's not the kind to easily share his secrets. But now that you put it that way...
That's more like it, Tim. Tell me, what do you know?
Oh, I don't know what it could be exactly. I mean, maybe it's not even relevant, but I'm sure Zip was trying to get rid of something when I arrived here.
What and where?
I don't know, okay? I already told you too much. If Zip hears about me telling you all this, he's never gonna talk to me again.
Tim, unless we find Zip, he's not gonna talk to anyone ever again. Not in this life, at least.
So, oh, focus accuracy, 100%. Ooh, living legend. Perfect job, exactly how you would have done 10 years ago. Beware, Clawville, Sunny Featherland, and the Chicken Police are back in action. Zip is hiding something at the hot dog. We must find it before it's too late.
Hey, Timbo. What about the old fly guy? Did he see something?
Maybe he did, but he's not talking. He didn't even speak when the coppers were asking him. And not even when one of them kicked him and the other spat on him. Tough fella indeed.
Those fuckers.
The fly was silent,
The voice
no
of
matter
Timothy
what.
sounds familiar.
After they left, he just picked up his guitar and started strumming like nothing happened.
I feel like
Poor
I heard this
bastard.
voice in the game I streamed
If I only
recently.
knew who they were.
Then what? What'll you do? Beat them and
Can't
spit
quite
on
place
them?
it.
Like they did with this fella?
They deserve it.
Well, that's one thing, Marty, but things don't work that way.
Damn it, I can't place it. It's frustrating.
Look at this mess.
Looks like he was in a real hurry, or was trying to erase his tracks.
Because he was trying to hide something. But where?
And most of all, what?
Let's take a good look around.
Doodles? No, I already looked at that. Cold coffee, poster, jukebox. Door?
Marty already looked through it. Nothing interesting.
What's that? You can pick another music? Shadow of a Doubt. Shady Figures at Coconut Cauldron, Killer Angels, Not All Cops Are Pigs. Said interaction, but I couldn't really interact with anything, or unless I didn't understand, but I already looked at this.
I think poor Marty just lost the last little bit of his sanity.
Greetings, pal. What can I get you?
What are you doing, Marty?
A nice hot cup of coffee? Maybe some toast? Ooh, or strawberry jam pancakes.
Don't talk to me about
divine.
pancakes. You're
You
gonna make
must
me
have hit your
hungry.
head pretty bad.
Yes, sir. One coffee and a turbo milkshake with extra vanilla and millet powder coming right up.
Ah, furry gods help me. Please don't have a nervous breakdown, okay?
What am I supposed to do? I don't know.
Good question. Huh. I think... Did you find something?
Nothing. Or, I mean, there's a lot of stuff here, but nothing important to us.
A pity. Whatever that mangy raccoon tried to hide must
You're hungry
still
too?
be here.
Or
Could
not.
go for some pancakes.
Anything? Well,
What was that?
anything?
Still nothing. But I'm starting to like it here. It's like a new job. New life.
Well, if this case gets plucked up, you'll find yourself looking for a job, so enjoy it.
Ha, 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 ha.
The kingdom of dirty dishes and dull knives. And some trash.
I don't know where to look. I feel like I've already looked everywhere, and there couldn't possibly be anything else.
Ugh, I wouldn't dare touch that.
I feel like I've seen boxes like these before. Tea, maybe? What, should we leave? No, it's not gonna let me. Where do you want me to look? The jukebox? And what's this click sound that I can hear? The mad doctor, not all cops are pigs. Dead flies tell no tales. Get a bite of me, baby. My city is on fire. Shadow a doubt. And if you back out, it starts playing the other music anyway. So
When we get over this whole mess, I'm gonna take you to a concert.
No, you won't.
Yes, I will. Swear.
Yeah, well, good luck with that.
You'll see. Just wait.
Flight. Wait. Wasn't there a title like that? Fly with me, baby. Do they get rearranged? Oh.
Look at this.
I'm looking, but what the hell could it be?
No idea, Marty. Guess it's
That was a lucky
himself.
happening.
Where do we find him?
Well, Timbo told us he's with even worse bastards than the one chasing him.
That's it. The Parliament.
No, Marty, but close.
Then, no way.
Oh, yes, Marty. Zip is at the Clawville City
Well, yeah, if
Police
he was taken by the
Department.
cops.
Could it be that simple? And that wild?
Well, the cops took him. So it's obvious that he called the cops by himself to scare away Wessler's henchmen. Timbo was right.
Doesn't he know half the police is in Wessler's pocket?
He probably does, but this was his only chance.
Yeah, not doing anything
Then
wasn't
he really is in big trouble.
gonna do him any good. Oh boy.
So? To the
Don't
PD
go
then?
offline stream, please.
Well, I haven't got a better idea. Believe me, I'd love to have one.
Should I leave? So what was that thing?
Why did you keep that wristband?
That number seems to have been in the ledger from before.
Anything?
Still
Well, Even looking. I'm t-
We still can't leave.
I think poor Mom. The kingdom of.
How do I get out of here? Or am I not done looking around yet?
Cold and moldy could be the motto of this place.
Ew. Moldy coffee. Really? Oh, I had to press B.
No,
Stupid
Timbo,
me.
but we wouldn't tell you even if we did.
Ah, but you have. You are an open book to me, Sonny. So, thanks for the intel.
Be careful what you're writing, Timmy boy. I'm a cop for only the next 121 days. After that, I can gut you if I want, and get away with it.
And when did you being a cop stop you?
He has a point.
Just keep a low profile, okay, Timster?
Okay, I get it. My beak is sealed. Zoop.
And now it's allowing me to leave. The newsstand, which I missed before.
Look at what the wind of the sea dragged in. Our gull friend
Again?
in the flesh.
I can't believe it. Is this guy everywhere?
The gull sees farthest who
Oh,
flies
an otter.
highest, Marty.
Yeah, that guy's never given up. That's clucking sure.
Ho ho! Is that the chicken, please?
Hello, Hercule. Good to see you here.
I'm always here, lads.
The sun shines, the rain falls, and Hercule Mullins sells newspapers.
Just like that, Martin.
Listen, Hercule.
Wait, sonny boy. Let me guess. Maybe, I don't know. Ah, I got it. You need some information.
You guessed, Uncle. How did you do that?
Years of practice, sonny boy. Now, tell me, lads, what's the matter?
We're just sniffing around a bit, Uncle Mullen. You know us.
You just can't sit still in your asses, can you? It's all right. So, tell me, what would you like to know? Uncle Mullen helps where he can.
Thanks, old pal. Chandler's used to be quite a prestigious cafe. Magnificent animals had breakfast here. And in the evenings, philosophers and writers would get drunk together and argue. The place is now just a second-hand bookshop. Just a shadow of its former self. Like so many things in this city. Like me. Some things are indestructible, right?
Yeah. Mullins' kiosk's been here since I was a little chick. My old man used to drive here from the other side of town for his daily papers.
Yeah, many still do. He certainly is something.
Mullins a wizard from a forgotten age.
Yeah, kind of.
Fontaine Superior Taxi.
The taxi company for the upper class only. Politicians and gangsters.
Aren't they the same thing?
Mullen's car. Ancient, but kind of beautiful. Like the old beaver himself.
He's a beaver? I thought he was an otter. No, wait, I know, he's a beaver. Okay, my bad. Sorry, I meant no offense. Old and full of secrets like the city itself. Mullen is an old comrade from before the times of the Chicken Police, so from terribly long ago. I used to call him Uncle Mullen, even when I was just a fresh patrolman. Even though he's only a couple of years older than me, he represents many things I wanted to become. Honest, wise, and always cheerful. Mullen knows almost everything about everyone worth knowing. We should use this to our advantage.
Let's get this over with.
He's not so bad. Just have to get used to his style. You had 10 years to do that.
9, and it wasn't enough.
Don't panic, Sonny. You have around 5 good years left. Maybe 6 before you fly up to the heavenly chicken coop. So you can still succeed if you try hard enough.
Just shut up, Marty, please. Hey there, Timster. Long time no see.
Hey, boys. What a lovely surprise.
Do you also have a deja vu, Sonny? It's like all of this had already happened, isn't it?
Yeah, now that you mention it.
I wasn't following you boys, I swear.
We never said you were, Timbo. But what exactly are you doing here? It's a little far away from Roachtown.
Okay, I confess. I was following you. But I simply had to know what this is all about and how it's gonna end. It's my job, after all. But you have to understand, pals.
We're not your pals, Tim. And I'm telling you for the last time, get the clock off our backs, or it's gonna end up a lot different for you than you'd think.
Ah, that's harsh. Even from you, Sonny. Did something happen? Did you get dragged into something personal? And on New Year's Eve again? Yeah, I mean, what's the chance of that? Bloody New Year's is back? Is there a connection between the two? What happens if it reappears again?
Make him stop, Marty, or I'm gonna twist his beak off.
Hey, okay, I get it. Yeah, my beak is sealed, and I'm gonna keep it low.
Very good. You're not so stupid after all, Tim. You must have been just pretending.
That's a good one, Sonny.
What a night we're having. We even ran into Bubo.
And you're still alive? Give praise to the great wild ones, lads.
We do.
What's going on with the old owl? He didn't tell us much about himself.
I hear the old owl's doing quite all right, since more and more cops step outside the line and more gangsters shoot themselves in the foot.
Busy days, huh?
Something's coming, lads. It's in the air, and I can feel it in me beaver bones, too. Clovel's boiling.
Yeah, we feel it as well, Uncle Mullen.
Philmar Lowe.
We managed to run into Philmar, too.
Good old Phil, huh? I've heard he's not been doing so well of late.
He didn't look so good, that's for sure.
At the age of the private eye is over, lads. Now animals either sue each other or turn to the local crime lords. Only jealous or betrayed housewives remain for private detectives.
Phil would never admit to that. He's too much of a romantic.
Are we still talking about Philmar? Eben's a ruthless gangster, that's for sure, but he's not bloodthirsty or stupid. You're not in danger until you're in his way, and that's not so easy to manage as the whole city's in his hands.
How come they never tried to approach you, Uncle?
What? Of course they've tried. They wanted to buy the whole area and build some huge parking garage on it. Mongrel Mick, Ibben's #1 thug, came here and threatened me more than once. If I hadn't dug me heels in, the others would have sold up. The lawyers behind me, even Biff, the owner of Chandler's. But I told them, over my cold dead carcass.
Oh, looks like it worked.
I'm too much for them, lads. Or I'm just too famous around here to get rid of. We could say Ibben's almost almighty, but he avoids scandal like rats avoid fire.
That's a good one.
I'm a poor nobody, my lads, but my name still carries meaning. This place has always belonged to my family. If my dead body had been found here or in the Times, it would have caused a scandal, even without any evidence. So, he usually listens to reason.
Yeah, when I talked to him tonight, he seemed confused, dissolute, and impetuous to me.
That's uncharacteristic. Are you sure it was him?
Are you joking? Ibn Wessler's not usually confused with anyone else.
Of course I'm joking. Beaver humor, you know? Nobody gets it. Not even the beavers.
Good one again.
What the hell is Tim doing here?
You're still angry at him then? He's not really a bad fowler, and he simply idolizes you. Be gentle with him.
It's not adoration. It's an obsession. And I can't bear obsessive people.
Then how exactly can you bear Martin?
Hey, old man.
The exception that proves the rule.
Yeah.
Right?
If I'm obsessed, then what are you, boss bird?
No, that's different. I have no other choice but to be with myself.
The toughest prison on the planet, right?
Get a room, you two.
Okay, one more.
Listen, Hercule, what do you know about Madame Zavas?
Why do I have the feeling you're not interested in her girls?
Because you know us, Uncle.
I hope you didn't mess with her. The old Cayman has a rather bad reputation, to put it mildly.
Crocodile. But you're right. We shouldn't have messed with the old gal. She set fire to a ship with us in it.
Boys, I've heard she loves drama, but that is a whole other level.
Yeah, right. We barely got out alive.
What else should I tell you about her then? Maybe try not to anger her, if that's possible.
Thanks. Good advice.
I see everything's like it used to be.
Yeah, if only my back was the same.
You're telling me?
Was there any movement around here? I mean, in Clawville?
Well, they say there was some kind of trouble at the PD because good old Malloy had drunk himself into oblivion. The idiot. Blood boils fuming, of course. And there was
Malloy,
talk
is that
of a
someone I
murder
already
in the
met?
Rich District.
Flowerville, yeah. We already know about that, unfortunately.
I'm sure you know more than I do. It's a suspiciously quiet night, if you ask me. At least for New Year's Eve.
Well, it's
Calm
just
before
about
the
time to
storm.
go back to the
Something's brewing. I can
Clawville
feel it in me
PD.
old beaver bones, and that signals three things perfectly every time. Bad weather, big trouble, and the wrath of me beloved wife.
Thanks, old man. We'll keep our eyes open.
You do that.
He sounds a bit like, what was his name in Tales of Monkey Island? Captain Van Winslow in Tales of Monkey Island. I think it might be the same voice actor. It sounds a little bit the same. Kind of same accent and same voice pitch. Alright, Weekend House. Well, I've just been there, so I assume I don't have to go back to the same places. Yeah, nothing's changed here. I'm gonna take a screenshot here for my review. Art Club. I don't expect there to be anything new. Yeah, nobody's moved. Alright, the RPD then. The RPD. No, the CPD. In this case.
Clucking furry hell.
So they know we're still alive?
And they'd like to do something about it.
Oh, okay, that's new.
Concentrate, Marty, for the God's sake.
Can you drive like you're not a fucking lunatic?
Shut up and shoot, you big feather pillow.
What? Don't shoot them, they're bird brain, shoot the car? Okay. Get a hint.
Concentrate, Marty, for the God's sake.
Can you drive like you're not a fucking lunatic?
Shut up and shoot, you big feather pillow.
Ah, I'm dead.
Concentrate, Marty, for the God's sake.
Can you drive like you're not a fucking lunatic?
Shut up and shoot, you big feather pillow.
Is he gonna shoot or not? Okay.
We could only hope we'd arrived in time. If they'd taken Zip to the interrogation room, the hole as we called it, and beaten the truth out of him, we'd lose the trail and end up in a dead end. It was time to be fast and ruthless. God damn it, Zip. Why couldn't you stay out of this?
Ah, look who's here. The top of the cops.
Idiot's luck. They must have gotten soaking wet because of those holes.
Sometimes I wonder how these two are even still alive in a city like this.
Wonders of the world, Marty. Hey, guys. Beautiful night, huh? Maybe a little wet, but,
Well, to be honest, I'm soaked to the bone. Maybe the spikes.
Shut the fuck up, Royce. And you, didn't you have anything better to do, eh?
Better than this? Nah, nothing. We love clowns.
Ah, piss off, chicken.
Martin,
Yes, Chief.
you know what I've heard?
I have no idea, Chief.
You think I'm stupid, birds?
no, we don't, Chief.
What the ever-loving fuck do you think you're doing?
Chief, if I may,
Sonny, shut the fuck up. You're not on duty. You're suspended, if you remember. So I'm not your chief right now.
Oh, we just stepped out for a coffee, Chief. Then we saw something suspicious at the Czar Club, and we investigated it, and,
Suspicious, right? You investigated, right?
Yes, sir.
Do you take me for a fool, chickens? And what do you know about the burning ship that lit up the entire Times?
burning, what? Wild lords, that sounds awful.
Don't play innocent with me, Santino. You both stink like you're in deep, deep shit.
Well, you don't think we had anything to do with that, do you?
I don't know. But if you do, I will find out. You better know that.
I swear, Chief.
I've had enough of your swearing for a lifetime. Get the fuck out of my sight.
Yes, sir.
Have a beautiful day, Chief.
Don't let me see you again, Santino. Or...
I'll try not to be seen, Chief.
I'm not your chief. Get lost.
Hey, Monica.
Hey, boys. I hear the city's on fire since you're back together again.
Not yet, but all is not lost.
Metaphorically, I mean. So, how can I help you?
We need some information, if you're not busy.
Of course I'm busy, and of course you need information. But I'll help you, as always.
You're an angel.
Yeah, I know, Marty.
Zip.
Do you know anything about a girl named Deborah Ibanez?
You mean the Bambi whose body was found in Natasha Kutsenko's weekend house with huge red letters on her back?
Don't call her a Bambi.
So you knew her?
Just fleetingly.
Anyway, I don't even want to know. I don't know much about her. Moses and Plato are on that case.
Thanks for the intel, Mon. Anything else worth mentioning?
You were at the scene, right?
We? Of course not.
Sonny, you can't lie to me. You just can't.
Is this some kind of interrogation? Just leave us alone, Monica.
You're an open book for me, Sonny. Remember that.
Madame Zavas.
Guess who we had the chance to meet? Madame Zavas, the legend herself.
So you're that lonely? I didn't think that was your thing, Sonny, but you know what's best for you.
We were there to investigate.
Of course. And were you successful?
To be honest, they beat us and tried to burn us alive.
Inside of a sinking ship.
Wow. Busy night, right? Even for you.
Yeah, so, what do you know about the madam?
Nothing much. She's not had any run-ins with the police recently.
Of course, because half the PD goes to her.
Well, I'm not gonna say anything about that.
Look, Mon, we suspect Madame Zavas is in cahoots with Ibn Wessler. Any idea why?
No, but those two mean trouble by themselves. I don't envy you boys.
Yeah.
Seriously, any ideas?
Get out while you can. Right about immediately.
Well, you're kind of right.
We can't, Mon. We gotta see this through to the end.
Famous last words.
What about the raccoon? What's he doing here?
You tell me. You're here because of him, am I right?
Are we that easy to read?
I know you as if you were my own chicks, boys.
Oh.
Don't get too excited, Marty.
So, we're in a bind now.
We have to get our buddy Bosco away from Zip if we want to have a word with him.
What are you thinking?
I don't know yet.
You two again.
Say, Bosco, what's all this about, Zip?
Yeah, if only I knew. This idiot called us on himself. He told us we have to take his statement.
And what does he want to confess to?
I don't know yet. We still can't get it out of him. But we're taking him down to the hole soon. There, he'll sing like a little bird for us.
So he asks to talk to the police,
Would you
and
mind
they're
if
going
we
to try
asked
to
him a few
torture him to
questions
get the
before that?
information out of him?
You know, just for old time's sake.
Sorry, boys, but you know the rules.
The rules, right. More like blood boil.
Yeah, more like blood boil. So sorry.
Okay, so there's nothing more then with him.
Zip H. Murphy.
Do you believe he's really that scared? Or
I
is it
think he's
just an act?
genuinely scared.
Zip's a good actor, but he's not that good. If Wessler's henchmen are after him, he has good reason to be afraid.
Sorry, boys. I can't let you do that. You know, protocol.
You and protocol, Bosco? Don't make me laugh.
That's the case, boys, like it or not. Stop harassing the witness.
Well, what can I do? Sorry, guys.
What, really? Just like that? Ah, new option.
When did they bring in the trash panda?
Not even an hour ago. You're just in time. They haven't taken him into the hole yet.
Yeah, I can see. Listen, Mon,
here
would
we
you
go.
do us a favor?
Can I be honest? Not really.
Oh, just a small thing. For old time's sake.
Me and my big heart. So, what do you want?
Call Bosco over here for some reason, okay? So that we can have a quick talk with Zip.
Okay, I guess I can do that. But you owe me one.
We'll thank you somehow. I promise.
No, no promises this time. Shoes.
Shoes?
Size 35, high heels, black.
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Hey, Bosco.
Yes, ma'am.
Come over here for a second.
Right away.
Now.
Hello, Zip.
Hello, boys. What's up?
We were trying to visit you, but guess what? You were nowhere to be found.
Yeah, I don't get it either. But suddenly the cops appeared and...
Cut the crap, Zip. We talked to Tim. We were at the Dog and at Bubo's, Zip. Two meatheads were talking about gutting a rat.
A rat?
An informant, Zip. We immediately knew it was you. Isn't that flattering?
I can explain, boys. My life was in danger. These lunatics want to kill me, and I have no idea why.
They wanted to cook us, Zip. We're lucky to be alive. Then we walked our feet to the bone and almost got shot to pieces just a couple of minutes before.
What Sonny means is we're not in the mood for bullshit. Or raccoon shit.
But boys, I have no idea what they want from you. I don't know what they want from me either.
We have time. And by the looks of it, you have too, pal. So start telling us what you have to do with all of this. Bubo doesn't have a high opinion of you, Zip. How do you know him?
You see these stitches? His weight.
Yeah,
All of them.
did notice the stitches.
I see. My condolences.
He's a good friend of mine. But the word friend is misspelled in his dictionary.
What do you think about this paper?
I've seen better, sonny boy. But
That's
that's
canvas.
not
Do you know what it is?
paper. At first glance,
Yeah.
it's canvas. A piece of a painting. But it's too small and too blurry to make anything of it.
So, still nothing. Well, thanks anyway, Zip.
Anytime, boys. Are we done?
Have you ever been to the Nile, Zip?
Oh, I wish, man. But my kind can't get in there. Why, did you?
Right in the madam's room if you're interested.
Oh, so that's why you look like that.
Bingo. Did you know that the place has ties to the Wessler Empire?
That place has ties to everything and everyone in Clawville, boys. Even to the royal family. I'll bet my tail on it.
So we were just about to listen to some sweet music when,
Didn't that damn jukebox break all of a sudden?
Oh, damn it.
Damn it, indeed, Zip. There was a wristband behind it, with numbers on it.
984-237-22 to be exact.
What? All that from memory? How the hell?
I have no idea either, and it scares me too, but that's not the point. Tell us about it.
That is, if you want to leave this place on your feet.
Okay, okay. You got me. I'll talk, but only if you promise that the cops won't know about this.
Do we look like we're on duty?
Okay, well, I could interrogate him, I guess. But I may run out of time to do so before I have to end the stream, so let me exhaust all the other options and then stop it here, and then I'll just interrogate him
Busy?
tomorrow.
Always.
Tonight, the heart of the station is beating incessantly.
That was beautiful, boss.
Good old Bosco's slowly becoming the same piece of furniture we are.
Sure. You remember when he was just a little green lapdog? For a while, we even had to babysit him.
He always was a talented little pooch, I have to admit. But the filth that seeped into everything in Clawville has reached him, too.
It reaches everyone one way or another, right?
One way or another, it does, Marty. Don't drink that shit, Marty. It's bad for your health.
Sonny, you are bad for my health.
Oh, I almost missed this. Belle of the Pantheress, Meredith H. Marble.
The Hound of Hell in the flesh.
I don't think any kind of devil would be brave enough to get a dog like this son of a bitch. A busy day, sir?
Sonny, you think I'm just joking, right? Speak to me one more time, and I'll fire your ass.
Understood, sir. Sorry. I hope this doesn't count.
Get the fuck out of my sight, Santino.
Well, okay, yeah, I'm gonna force a quick save like this. Right, then back out. I want to check through the extras to see if you can actually read these books. Cutscenes, art gallery, collectibles. Ah, no, you can just look at the covers, okay. I was wondering what exactly they were. Hey, Quillix! I'm sorry I'm gonna have to leave in a few minutes. How's it going? Sonny and Marty are in the middle of a smaller case when they get a mysterious call. Someone has kidnapped the famous opera singer Miss Icarol and demands a ransom. The two detective stars heads on a golden platter. Despite the chief's strict warning, the legendary chicken police start working on the case, which proves to be more intricate and personal than any other before. Yeah, I'm just done, as a matter of fact. Yeah, just a few more minutes and I'm gonna have to leave. Yeah, well, I'm loving this game so far. I got this to review. Well, I requested it because it looked interesting to me, and I'm not disappointed. It's right up my alley. I can look at the cutscenes. Mall is secret. Well, if I just have a look at the 8, 10... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I might be done with the game tomorrow. I seem to be just about a little over the halfway point, and I will have more time tomorrow in the afternoon to play it a bit more. So I think I should be able to finish it tomorrow in the afternoon then, which means that I have to already start planning the next game, make overlays and that sort of thing. We'll see anyway. Well, I'm gonna have to go then. Thanks for dropping by, guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow in the afternoon if you guys can make it. We should then probably finish this tomorrow then. See ya, take care, colleagues. Sorry then. that you missed it. Well, take care of yourself. Enjoy the VOD then, and see you next time. Bye-bye.